better wear your shades. The spotlight.
Hi guys, so I'm here with Hannah and Sophie Pycroft, and they are Welsh Wonder Women for Style of the City's latest issue, issue 7, and I'm so grateful that they're in our office today. Thank you so much for coming on. I put you in as Welsh Wonder Women because in my opinion what you've achieved is absolutely incredible. For those that don't know, Spectrum Collections, it's the leading, most Instagrammable makeup brushes leading now, I think, in the world.
We'd like to think so.
Yeah. And just kind of go back, girls. You know, what was the inspiration behind this incredible brand, Spectrum Collections?
Well, more than anything, it was the desire to want to live and work in Wales and work together, because we love working together anyway, but we were both working in the content creation and creative industries, both as freelancers and together when we could, and we were making content and branding for different brands. They started to do really well and we just thought we can do it for ourselves, we just need a product, and we self-funded the business through working as freelancers.
Two and a half years of just constantly doing weddings, myself travelling back and forth to London to get freelance jobs as and where I could, Han working mainly in Wales still in different media production agencies. We ended up saving 15,000 each to put into the business, but it was just an overall desire to, as Han said, stay in Wales and work together, and we wanted a really good product. We didn't want to sell something that was just a bit, you know, the quality wasn't going to be there, so we couldn't afford basically to do fashion items, so we looked at beauty instead. And then at the time the beauty industry wasn't what it is now, fortunately for us. It wasn't as Instagram based, so we kind of took on the idea of making it much more visual and much more exciting and much more colourful, and it was just the right product at the right time. I think it was.
It's incredible, you know, the colours, everything that you've done with, and they're vegan as well. They're vegan friendly.
Yeah, they are.
The whole range is vegan and cruelty free. So when we actually started sampling, and once we decided on makeup brushes, mainly because they were all brown and beige and really dull, and we just knew that we could have fun with it and merge fashion and beauty together and create trend-led makeup brushes, and that's what we always try and do. So once we decided that and we started sampling, what we didn't realise early on is how many makeup brushes at the time were made with animal hair.
Ah, okay.
It's mainly like horse hair, sable hair, all different types of animals.
Oh, okay.
And then we realised once we'd started sampling from different factories, and we asked what the hair is made of, and they were like, oh, it's horse hair, and we were like, well, that's horrible, I don't want to put horse hair on my face.
Just tell us about sort of the Disney collection. How did that sort of deal come about?
It was over the internet, really. We have a couple of mermaid themed products that we always kind of do really well for us, and they're always really popular because they just, again, on Instagram and on the internet, they really stand out and they really are very different. So I think through that kind of theme of makeup brushes that we had, we kind of caught the eye of Disney, and they sent us a little email just to say hi, and then we just started talking to them, and then they said, oh, should we get a meeting together? And we said, yes. Yes, let's do that. So then we just met them in their offices up in London, and they were really lovely, and we just got on with them really well, and I think they were kind of sussing us out to make sure that
genuine.
Yeah, exactly, and they could trust us as a brand to work with the Disney brand. So then they just basically said, right, go off and do whatever you want to do, and we were like, okay, so
we did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
What's in store next for Spectrum?
So because we've nailed makeup brushes, we're now working on cosmetics.
Okay.
Just because it goes hand in hand, so we're really excited. We've got a really amazing supplier, and we're just kind of trying to work out what to do first, really, because the possibilities are endless.
So now we've outsourced production to Milan in Italy, which we can fly to from Cardiff,
and it's like makeup mecca,
and it's amazing. Like, we're so happy with it now. So now we've got the actual, you know, the ball's rolling in a big way now, isn't it? So it's just a case of, okay, so you need 6 months to release more or less a new product. So our first makeup launch we're hoping to be in June next year.
Fantastic. And I know with families, when you work together, it can either work really well or it can't, and it clearly has. How has it been working together as sisters? Because do you separate for, okay, family time now,
not
business
really.
time? So it's just the same, eat, sleep and breathe.
More or less,
Basically.
yeah. But we do genuinely really love it, and the reason that we started the business to work together still is a big reason why we enjoy it so much as well. So, and we very rarely have different opinions on things. Han is more pragmatic and a little bit more kind of thorough and sensible, I suppose, when it comes to getting stuff done, whereas I'm like, yeah, let's do this and let's do that and do this and do that. Whereas
I have to rein Sophie in.
Well, that's good though, that there is a balance, that there is a balance, which is great.
Like our family were fine, like our mum and dad were kind of like, oh, okay, that sounds good, girls, yeah, have fun.
The main thing we got when we told people what we were doing, they just said, why?
Yeah.
And we were like,
why make it?
Why not?
Because we didn't reinvent the wheel, like makeup brushes did exist when we made Spectrum, but we just saw a gap in the market for colourful, vibrant makeup brushes and makeup brushes that were more fashion orientated rather than just for makeup.
The price point that they are as well is really accessible for a lot of people, and that's why Boots love us as a brand so much, and we've grown so much with them, because it's not taking a product that, you know, you could sell for 25-30 quid a brush. We're selling it for sort of £8.99, £9.99, so people can...
It's accessible. And where did the name Spectrum come from? Spectrum colour, where did that come from?
Our mum.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
She, we were just watching TV, and once we decided on makeup brushes, we were trying to think of a name, and because we knew they were going to be colourful and they were all going to be themed around different trends, basically, our mum was just like, well, what about Spectrum? And normally when our mum comes up with a suggestion, we're like, no mum, that's silly, like, yeah, that's not going to work, why did you say that? But she was like, Spectrum, and we were kind of like, yeah, that actually would work really well. So we kind of made sure the domain name was available and the brand was not registered before, and it was it really.
And just out of interest, as female entrepreneurs, give us an idea of kind of like your daily routine. What time?
I mean, I wish I could get up at 5, meditate, drink green tea, but I'd rather lay in bed and have an extra hour with the dog.
Yeah, have now recently been quite good at going to the gym, whereas before we weren't. So we try and get that done in the morning. We haven't been this morning, but anyway. You can't have fresh hair and go to the gym. It's just not going to happen. Majority of the time, we kind of get up at about 7:30, go to the gym if we can, get to the office, get a coffee.
You live quite close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not an aspirational daily routine by any means. It literally is get to work, get your stuff done and go home.
Yeah. Because it's such a creative brand. I mean, what are you inspired by?
Flicking through magazines, we get loads of inspo from catwalk trends, and that's something that we've always tried to do from the beginning. So like we've got a crystal range at the moment which we saw come through in like wellness and the crystal trend, so that's something that we're going to expand on. We've seen another trend coming through that's more in accessories at the moment, but we're going to apply that to a makeup brush range hopefully in the autumn, so we're sampling that now.
Literally going shopping as well is always a constant source of inspiration, because we can see a trend coming through in clothes and just think how we could apply that to makeup brushes. So like yesterday, we were in London yesterday, we went to the V&A and there was an exhibition on called Fashioned from Nature, and it was quite depressing really, because it was very much about how we take so much from nature to make fashion. So that was inspiring in the way that we always try and reduce our plastic use, and we use high quality materials such as PUs rather than PVCs because they're less toxic for the environment and use less processes, and that's something that we do anyway, but it's inspirational to try and think what else we can be doing.
Yes, of course. And what's the best advice that you would give somebody that wants to start their own brand and, you know, wants to have the courage to do that?
Well, I mean, we did it for 2 years from Sophie's garage, so what we always try and say is build up alongside your normal job or some other source of income for as long as you possibly can, because we didn't gamble and like quit our jobs, and you know, we still worked alongside the business for as long as we possibly could, because you know, you do need to pay your bills at the end of the day. Just
kind of stay focused, I think, and stay consistent, and really you're not actually limited by anything other than how hard you want to work for it, I think.
Amazing. That's a tweet moment right there. Thank you, girls. Thank you for being my Welsh Wonder Women.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in, and lovely to meet you both.
You too.
Thank you.
And you better wear your shades. The spotlights here can burn.